Okay, we're here with Linsay from Fusion 7 and he's going to show us what he's making for a signature dish competition which is coming up soon.
Today, for my signature dish competition, I'm cooking roast duck breast with chickpea mash, caramelised fennel, roast field mushrooms with a macadamia gremolata and pomegranate molasses.
Okay, let's get started.
Alright.
Okay.
I've got a duck breast here that I'm going to roast off. I've just trimmed off the excess fat from it and scored the skin, so when I cook it, the excess fat renders out of it and makes the skin go nice and crispy. I've got some chickpea mash here where I've cooked the chickpeas for about 4 hours. Caramelised some onions and some garlic for about half an hour, just over a low heat, and blended all that together to give me a nice flavoursome chickpea mash, which has got a little bit of roast cumin through it as well. I've got some roast field mushrooms, and I've got all my ingredients that I need for a gremolata, which is an Italian mix of parsley, red onion, garlic and lemon zest, and I'm just adding a bit of macadamia nut to make it a bit more Australian. So I'll get cooking. So with duck breast, I'm just going to season it, bit of salt and pepper. I'm not going to season the skin side. I'm just going to put that in a cold pan, turn the flame on. And the reason I put it in a cold pan is so that the fat in the skin renders out slowly, and that way you don't need to put any oil in it and the skin will come up nice and crispy. So for the gremolata, what we do is chop everything up. So we've got a little bit of garlic, some red onion which I've pre-diced already, and some macadamia nuts that I've already chopped up as well. We'll just put all of that in the bowl. And I'll just chop up some parsley. You can use curly parsley as well if you like. I just use the continental parsley. Just find it's got a better flavour to it. You don't have to chop it up too fine, you can keep it nice and rough. And with the garlic, if you don't like garlic, you don't have to put it in, but even just a little, if you just put a little bit of garlic in, it helps make the dish so much nicer. Just try and dice that up as fine as you can, so you don't get little chunks of garlic in your teeth. That'll do. I like my garlic, so I'll put a fair bit in. And then we zest the lemon. And the lemon zest just gives it a nice fresh flavour into the gremolata. And that's basically your gremolata done. So you just mix all that up like that. And that's it. So as you can see, all the fat's rendered out of the duck, which is basically, that's instead of putting oil in the pan with the duck, I'm just using that fat out of the duck for that dish. And I'll flip it over. As you can see, the skin's all nice and brown, and it'll be really crispy once the product's finished. We'll just whack that in the oven for about 2 minutes and then it should be done. Okay, so now I'm going to plate up my dish. I'm going to start with a bit of the chickpea mash. It's in the middle of the plate. And then we've got some of the roast field mushrooms, which I've just done in a little bit of olive oil and just roasted them in the oven with a bit of foil over the top, so all the mushroom juices stay onto the mushroom. Cooks in with the mushroom as well. And a little bit of caramelised fennel, which I've just basically pan fried in a little bit of butter and oil and just cooked it so it's just tender through all the way through. We'll just put a bit of that on there as well. Now we have the duck breast here. So I'll just take the fillet off And then we're just going to slice it up. It'll be nice and pink inside. You can put the fillet on, or you don't have to, it depends. I put it on because customers are paying for it, so they might as well eat it. And you just fan your duck out like that. And then we have some of this pomegranate molasses here, which is pomegranate's a fruit. Its origins from the Middle East, and they basically juice all of the pomegranate and then boil it down into a syrup, and they just call it pomegranate molasses. It has a really sort of tangy, sour flavour to it. You just drizzle some of that around. And the little seeds that you get off it are bright red, and they look really good, but unfortunately they're just out of season at the moment. And we'll just finish that with a bit of the macadamia gremolata. Just a spoon of that on top. And then a little bit of jus on there for a bit of extra flavour. And there you have it. Roast duck breasts on chickpea mash.